This morning we bring you another in what we call our Miracles Are Happening series. These are stories that have truly moved us and they have inspired us. And on this Friday, the story of a little girl whose message of hope could change the way you see your world every day.
She loved being a little girl. She loved all the little girl things, but she also loved the rough and tumble things with her older brothers.
To family and friends, she was Lulu, though her given name was Olivia. She was spunky. She was funny. She was 4.
It was almost impossible just not to smile when you were in her presence. She was the center. She was the center of our household. We all adored her.
She was theirs only briefly. In July of 2001, during a family trip to the ice cream shop, a rainstorm, Lulu died, admiring a rainbow.
Lulu was outside dancing in the rain, and my husband was videotaping her. Lulu stood at the base of this metal industrial bicycle rack, and she did what we call our Vanna White pose. It was, ta-da, look at the beautiful rainbow, and actually it was a double rainbow. The bicycle rack wasn't chained to the ground, and it toppled over, and it fell on her, and it severed her heart.
These are their treasured last images of Lulu, happy, dancing beneath the rainbows.
This type of pain, this type of grief isn't something that you wake up and say, okay, I'm over it. It's something that you work through every day.
Unthinkable loss. Gretchen copes with words and paper, recording the special moments that became her daughter's lifetime. Like the gray spring day when Gretchen was in a bad mood and Lulu begged her mommy to put on a pair of rose-colored glasses, real ones, while driving.
Finally, I relented and I put on her rose-colored glasses, and I was amazed at how my perception of the world changed that day. And at the end of the day, I asked her if I could have her rose-colored glasses, and she was just 3 years old, and she said to me, "No, Mama, you need to find your own."
Those words have become Gretchen's inspiration for her book called Lulu's Rose-Colored Glasses, about a child who will forever dance under the rainbows.
Lulu did teach me that I can be happy again, and not only for myself, but to carry her with me, and that's the greatest way to honor her. I just know she's up there dancing, just dancing and singing, and just, she's joyous. She's very joyous.
And Gretchen Pine joins us now with her husband Warren Pine and their 12-year-old twin sons, Dylan and Andrew. And good morning to you all. I see you're holding on to each other and you're watching that story, and I loved how Gretchen, you're not so little boys anymore, look down at you, make sure that you're doing okay. You all right?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. It's good to be here.
It's good to have you here all and to share your story, especially during the holiday times when people
need hope. People
do
need hope during this time of year, and it's a message of hope, in that we can find our happiness, and it's within ourselves, and we have the choice.
And our life continues, as difficult it may be.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
You in your eulogy, and I read it, you weren't even able to deliver it. Warren's mother had to at the funeral because you were still so overcome. But you referred to your little girl as an angel, and even though she was, barely 4 at the time, you said that she knew more than many people know in a lifetime. So what was it that she knew that we should know? Lulu
knows. Lulu knew. The most important thing on this earth is a human spirit. And she treasured people. She loved people, and she loved the earth, and she didn't take it for granted. And she saw the world with such beautiful eyes, and I think we can all do that and learn a lot from Lulu.
I know this has been a journey, and you're on a journey. And Warren, I know it's very difficult for the entire family, and you couldn't go to work for a time. You all had to take some medication just to be able to sleep at night. So for those families that have lost children, and they're in the situation that you are in, and to be able to see you now, how do you get to this point where you can start moving on with your life?
What was so difficult for me, being her father, was I felt like it was my job. I needed to protect everybody and protect her, and I should have been able to, and I couldn't. So to you know, and everybody tells you this, you have to accept it, but you have to just continue to work through that until you can find, for us, find purpose, you know, find meaning. And the only thing that's acceptable, you know, after talking with lots of different counselors and different people, is that she had a purpose. She had her 4 years and she had a message to give, and this is the message that Gretchen is just so determined to share.
Through her writing.
And it's helped all of us.
Yeah. How about you, Dylan and Andrew? Tell us a little bit about your sister. I mean, you were the big brothers. She called you my guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she always had this thing of doing all these wacky poses at like any time. Like, it'd be like right out of the blue, she'd just give one crazy pose. It'd be hilarious. And she used to copy us too. I mean, I remember one time I used to put a bucket on my head and fall over, and as I was on the ground, she ran over, picked up the bucket, put it on her head, and fell down too.
And those are the type of memories that you have, and that's what
It's
Gretchen.
the simple things.
It is.
It's not the big things. It's the simple moments. Take each moment and listen to your children. See the world through their eyes. Don't take them for granted. It's the simple little things. Take them for a picnic lunch. You know, leave work a little bit early. You're not going to get those moments back. So enjoy every moment.
And that's your message that you want to convey to parents?
That is the message, that love is all you have, and the memories each time that you spent in that moment, you get to keep those memories, and that's what's important in life.
And I know you're creating new memories with your adorable sons and your family, and treasuring. And I know you said you see rainbows sometimes, and you know that's
Rainbows
Lulu.
pop up everywhere in our life. It's amazing. It's incredible. I believe in miracles. Lulu has performed so many miracles for us. I mean, here we are in New York City on Good Morning America with you, and we have a book signing tomorrow at Rockefeller Center. So it's all miracles.
Well, next time I see a rainbow, I'll think of your little girl.
Thank you.
Gretchen, Warren, Dylan, Andrew, thank you very much for sharing your story with us, especially at this time of the year. We certainly do appreciate that, and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To find out more on this story, you just go to our website at gma.abcnews.com.
And now, Health Watch on Boston's WB56.
Moms are so touched. They say that they'll never look at their children the same. They'll never take them for granted.
A message of hope from a mother who has lost so much. After the untimely death of her 4-year-old daughter, that mother from Wareham started writing down her memories.
The result, a book that has helped her heal and inspired many, many others. Darcy Fisher has her story.
She would walk into a room and she would light up a room.
It's easy to see why 4-year-old Olivia, affectionately known as Lulu, was the center of the Pine household.
She just couldn't get enough of people, and people couldn't get enough of her.
From her huge blue eyes to